And so it's like there's reasons that log matters,
Absolutely. And especially talk about logs. I know you before you actually got into the details, you explained like the concept of least privilege and why these AI systems or technologies, they pretty much leverage what we already have, right, as individuals. Would you say was Copilot ability to do that based on the fact that it was leveraging the access you had? Could like any regular domain user do the same thing? Or
Yes. So all Copilot does is it basically takes your access. So if you had access to the document, so I am the CTO of the company, we're a VC-backed company, I have access to a lot of financial information. Therefore, I have access to all of our company's financials, which is perfectly normal in most
yeah,
circumstances. But of course, there's no reason for me to be going in and looking at,
and looking at
certain
salaries and certain things and
exactly. It's normal. Like I'm even on the board of this company. So it's normal that I might have it. It's not normal if I'm stalking it, checking it, or,
and
without,
removing acts and
you know,
removing traces of it. So
right, exactly. And so, it's great fun because now my audit log will forever reveal like some very weird things. Cause of course I've tested this repeatedly. So, I had to, so, but what it's doing is it basically means that anyone in the company, but you might think then like, oh, but we're safe then because people only have access to stuff they should have. And even though that's already problematic, it's like, it's probably not true either. I mean,
yeah,
most organizations will find that like someone has access to something that
something. Yeah,
you didn't plan on. I mean, it's
person.
really hard to be perfect.
Yeah. Were you surprised by how easy it was to find this bug?
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. And I couldn't believe that it was so, I was like, okay, what do I do with this
Yeah.
information? Because that's the other part is security researchers might know that there's this process where you can go to MSRC, which is Microsoft Security. You might know what it
Yeah,
means.
Microsoft's Security Response Center. Yeah.
Right. And they have a website that works mediocre about half the
Yeah.
time. And, so I went into it. You can go there and you can fill out a report, and then there's a whole process. I didn't know that at the time. I
Yeah.
mean, I assumed they had a bug bounty program, which is where you can report things somewhere and then they will like give you money if you did a
Yeah,
good job.
exactly. Yeah.
But I didn't know where it was or how it worked or anything. And I found it and I was actually really impressed for about like one day because I find their program and there's a way I can report it and I can upload documents. And there's this like what to expect now document that's so nice. It's like, here's the 8-step process we're going to run. And like Microsoft is like normally when you try to say something to Microsoft, they go, sorry, we don't communicate with anyone on the outside. It's like,
Yeah.
I thought this is brilliant. I was so happy. So I reported it through that program. And I just thought, they're going to see it and this is going to get fixed.
Yeah, exactly.
This
Because it's
is
a serious vulnerability. I mean, and this affects pretty much every Copilot customer at that time. So
exactly. And it's not some theoretical, like, who knew? No, I'm like, I found it by accident. I mean,
yeah,
come on. It's not, you don't have to be, it's not like some sort of crazy 12-step dance to get it, which is
exactly.
be serious and you should fix them. But I can understand where you might go, well, we need 30 days to get everything in order. For this, I just thought it was going to happen fast. That's not what happened. So,
Wow. So we're gonna get into the discovery part, like the how you kind of went to MSRC and then that part of it. I did want to call out something though. As I read your blog post, I think you mentioned something about Michael Burgery, if I got the name right,
yes.
had discovered something similar. So it's interesting to me that I believe it was like a year later that you even found this again, right? So did,
Yeah.
did you guys ever communicate or talk about the bug?
Yeah, no, it's great. So I post this, and I had been posting for a bit, like not specifically about it, but saying like, "Hey, I've found something," and Microsoft's basically telling me to leave them alone or not, not taking it that seriously. And so I'd gotten some traction, and then when I put it out and put the blog post out, it grew quite big. And he then commented and was super nice and was just like, "Hey, I actually found this a year ago. Here's a video of me talking about it at Black."
Wow. That's
It's a really, really cool talk he gave, and you should go listen to it at some point, everyone listening, because
interesting.
it's
Yeah.
fascinating. He has all these ways of exploiting. And it was great also for me because he was able, I think his company does AI security, AI agent security, basically. And so he knows all these things where I got all these questions afterwards from these really hardcore security people. And I had to be like, I have no idea what you're talking
It's
about.
like, slow down, slow down.
He was jumping in and answering for me.